Now with Francesco Rizzuto, who is a professor of European law and the head of the School of Law at Liverpool Hope University. Francesco, it is great to have you on the show. Okay, so there's an historic decision in terms of accession talks with Ukraine, but in the lead up, there was a showdown with Viktor Orban. What's your interpretation of this in terms of what it means for the European Union?
I think it's a very important signal that the European Union is sending to Russia and the Ukraine, that the European Union is not going to give up on the easy option. In other words, opening up negotiations with the Ukraine that could take anything up to 10 years to be completed. As far as Orban is concerned, Orban essentially wants his 50 billion. And he's going to do whatever it takes to block things until he gets his money. Now, of course, he's not getting his money because there is a problem in Hungary with the rule of law and respecting the values in Article 2 of the Treaty on the European Union. So this was a game of poker almost. On the second point, if I can continue, if you like, acceding to the negotiations with the Ukraine, as well, let us not forget, Moldova, as well as trying to prod Bosnia-Herzegovina, and then even allowing Georgia to become a candidate state. These were not really, though, difficult decisions. The difficult decisions, of course, relate to cash, money, and it's here really that Orban dug in. He got 10 billion released, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And it's clear today that he wants all his money. Now the EU can actually sidestep him on this.
Francesco, let me ask him, if this is a poker game and if the pot is worth $50 billion, do you think at some point Brussels is going to say, all right, I'm calling your bluff, because they didn't when it comes to the sanctions with Russia. They didn't do it when it comes to Ukraine's EU membership. Do you think that Brussels is finally going to sort of wake up to the realization that Viktor Orban, Hungary, or at least the Hungary under Viktor Orban, is a liability for them?
I think there is a realization that that is the case. I mean, Poland was a problem, if you recall, but the Poles voted out the problem for the EU. I think the EU are coming to the view they're going to give it one more chance, and that will be the end of January. If that doesn't work, then the EU will cease, if you like, to offer collective finance, and it will be offered bilaterally by each of the states. And so they'll go alongside the EU. So Ukraine will get its money, but it won't necessarily be part of the amended budget, if you like. But there are other issues in this budget that are very important. How do we fund our migration policy? How do we fund our policies, our neighborhood policies, which are linked to migration? So, for example, monies to Turkey, just as an example. So there's a lot more at stake here than just the money for Ukraine, though that's important. But I think Orban is playing his last chance here.
Okay, Francesco Rizzuto, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. Do appreciate talking to you as always.